Hello and welcome to today's video. So on the workbench today, we've got parts, lots and lots of parts. So my order came in, this is all for the PAC Sniffer 2, the power controller, and the current sense board. Unfortunately, the PCBs will not be here until Wednesday. I was actually looking forward to putting everything together over the long weekend because it's 4th of July weekend and I had Monday off. And nah, it didn't happen, but we got all the parts in. There's a lot of them in there, all from DigiKey. Let's get some random ones. I don't know if it's too exciting, but I got some connectors. We got here some N-channel MOSFETs, potentiometers for the PAC Sniffer 2 that adjust the contrast on the LCD display, resistors. It's funny, resistors at DigiKeys are always bizarre because a lot of times I just need 6 of them, and 6 resistors, they want 10 cents a piece at that quantity, so it's 60 cents, or you can get 100 of them for 60 cents. So yeah, what are you going to do? Of course you're going to get the 100. I don't even know why they should just make the minimum quantity 100. But anyways, yeah, so don't have the boards to build up. All the parts are in. But yeah, I don't have the board, so I've been working on some software or firmware for the PAC simulator. So the same code that runs in the PAC simulator is going to run in the BMS. It just gets faked out with pots instead. So you can see I've got it running. It is connected to debugger right now, but it's running, talking over CAN bus, goes through here, goes around, goes into the PAC Sniffer here. This is my PAC Sniffer 2 development unit. It's actually a PAC Sniffer 1 with a bunch of extra stuff on it to kind of make it into the PAC Sniffer 2. But yeah, it's just, for development. But I got these pots. These are actually not the right kind. They have detents in them. I originally bought them for the AMC UMOC test boxes, and I didn't realize they had detents in it. It was one part number different. So I don't know if you can hear it, but when you turn them, they make little detent noises, which is unfortunate for what I was wanting to use them for. But here I just have them. I mean, they let you change the voltage from 0 all the way up to 512 volts. Well, 511.5. And so you essentially have little steps, which isn't ideal, but it's useful for calculating, to making fake voltages. So you can check limits, so you can set the limits to whatever you want. This is actually calculating all the individual cell voltages as well, and then uses that to come up with this value. So it's sending out all the little individual cell voltages as well. And what I'll do is I'll probably bump one up a little bit and bump one down a little bit so that you have a high and a low cell all the time. And that's what you would use to determine, hey, the cell's dropping below, wherever you put it, 2.7 volts, we need to shut down. So be able to actually recreate that to verify that it works. Current, same thing. The other pot here does the current. So you can crank it up to 512 amps, all the way to negative 512 amps. If it'll focus, there you go. So fortunately, because of the detents, I can't get quite the 0. One step is minus 30 some amps, and then one step past that's about 40 amps. But somewhere in the middle here, and it depends on which way you approach it from. There's some hysteresis on the pod itself. Around 9 amps. You kind of press on it to get it. Yeah, but I don't know if I'll replace them. I don't have any of the ones with the detents. I haven't actually tried opening it up. Maybe it is really easy to remove the detent. I haven't tried it yet. It's probably a little piece of plastic or something in there. I am planning on putting it into one of these little project boxes I have just laying around. So that should work out pretty well. Looks like it'll fit in there. Put the pots in here, and then I got some relays here too, since right now this just turns on LEDs to tell you that the relay's clicked, but I kind of like the clicking noise, so even though they're not going to do anything, I might throw some relays in there. just so you can hear it. It'll all still turn on the LEDs. So I'm thinking the box will just have, you know, a couple pots in it, some LED indicators. I might make it sideways, 2 pots with LEDs on there for power, pre-charge, and then low and high side contactor. And oh, and a temperature probe. I was going to actually hook up the I2C temperature sensor that we used on the to map the temp sensors. Since I already have it, might as well put it in here. That way it can send over fake temperature too. And then this will just act as a battery pack simulator, essentially. This little box, it'll just have this connector sticking out of it. And you can plug it in to test the pack Sniffer 2s. Because I won't have my battery pack anymore, it'll all be taken apart for use in my truck. So I need a way to actually test my hardware to make sure it still functions, or that it's functioning properly. So that's pretty much what that's going to do. And yeah, I guess that's it. That's what's going on. So I'm going to finish this up today and get all the firmware so that this looks exactly like a Nissan Leaf battery pack. And the pots just are the inputs to the system for testing things. And yeah, so shouldn't be too bad. And it'll just calculate like state of charge based on the voltage, so you can adjust it. And state of health, maybe I'll fake it out with the current sensor, with the current pot. Who knows? I haven't decided what that's going to be yet, but they're just values that get sent over. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.